Come, what are we waiting for? Let's go make some croquetas, some croquettes. Let's go. Join me in my kitchen. Hi guys, and I am gonna take you in my kitchen and we're gonna make croquetas. Do you guys know what that is? If you don't, you are really missing out on something that is so delicious. You can use croquetas just to eat as a snack. You can use them in a sandwich. You can have them for lunch. You can have them for dinner with a side. And I'm gonna make two different kind of croquetas today. I'm gonna make one with just onions and some cheese because that's what my mom likes. But I'm gonna make some with ham. I'm gonna make ham croquetas. And I'm gonna make some, like I said, just with the filling with a little bit of cheese and onions. Oh my goodness, you guys, if you haven't tried croquetas, you have to try this recipe and get back to me. In English, I think they're called croquettes, right? Let me know in the comments if you've tried croquettes. We have lots of Cuban restaurants here in Miami and they sell croquetas everywhere, and some of them are much better than others because you can buy croquetas already made in a box, frozen from different companies, but the homemade croquetas, there is nothing like them. So yes, croquettes, is that what they're called? I think they're called croquettes. I'm gonna make them today. I hope you'll join me and that you'll watch. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope that you will consider subscribing. Thank you for my subscribers. Let's go in the kitchen and make croquetas. Okay guys, so in order to make this recipe, you're gonna need some onions, some salt, some milk, some all-purpose flour. I'm gonna use pepper and rosemary, some grated cheese, some butter, and on the other batch, some cracker meal, some eggs, and on the other batch we're gonna use some deli ham. So I'm gonna start out with the flour and I'm gonna measure out 1 cup. Next, we're gonna get the butter and we're gonna start melting it in a pan. I started out by using half of a stick of butter, but I ended up using the whole stick. Next, I'm gonna get the chopped onions, which I chopped up really small, and I'm gonna start sauteing them in the butter. I'm gonna saute them in the butter until they get soft, and then I'm gonna add some ground pepper. Next, I'm gonna add a little bit of dried rosemary. Just a little bit will give it a really nice flavor. And then I'm gonna put the whole cup of flour. You want to stir in the flour and mix it well in the butter. Like I said, I ended up using the whole stick. And what you want to do is cook the flour in that butter and keep mixing it until the flour is fully cooked. As the flour cooks in the butter, you will see that it will become a really thick paste, and that's what you want. I added just a little pinch of salt because my mom has to eat low salt, but you can add about a teaspoon to the mix. After you've cooked the flour in the butter for a bit, I'm gonna pour out about a cup and a quarter of milk, and I'm gonna start adding it to the flour mixture a little bit at a time and blending it in really well. You want to continue cooking this mixture until it gets really thick and it actually starts to separate itself from the pan. Next, I'm going to add just a little bit of the grated cheese and mix that in as well. When the mix is ready, you're going to pour it on a plate and just spread it out as thin as possible and cover it with a piece of aluminum foil, press it down and wait till it is completely cooled. Many times I used to put it in the refrigerator just to speed up the process. Now I'm going to start with the second batch of croquetas. These are going to be ham croquettes. So I'm just getting a few slices of deli ham and I'm chopping it up as small as I can. Then I'm going to complete the same process as before. I'm going to pour out 1 cup of flour. I'm going to use a whole stick of butter and melt it. And I'm going to add the onions to that butter once it has completely melted down. Time to add a little bit of ground pepper, a little bit of rosemary, and then I'm gonna go ahead and also add a little bit of nutmeg. Yes, nutmeg is a great spice to add to any white sauce. It's time to add the ham to the butter and the onions and the spices and cook that up for a little while until it is mixed well into the butter. Also, I'm going to add another pinch of salt. Like I said, I'm going low on the salt because my mom has to eat a low salt diet. Now I'm adding the flour to the butter mixture. It's the same process as the prior batch. I'm just adding the ham and the nutmeg. So let's mix in that flour really well. Once you've cooked the flour for a while and it's become like a paste, then again you just start adding the milk little by little until that becomes the right consistency. And so just continue cooking this mixture until it gets really thick and it just comes off the pan on its own. Toss it in the plate, flatten it out, and let it cool off. Okay guys, and now that my mixture is completely cooled off, I'm gonna start forming the croquettes. So I will just scoop out like 1 large tablespoon, and then with very clean hands, I start making, like if I was gonna make a meatball, I start making a round shape in between my hands, and then once I have the ball, I start flattening it out like if it was a sausage. And I will continue to do that. And I use a little bit of cracker meal with this part so that it just doesn't stick to my hands. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and beat 3 eggs, and after I beat them, I am going to dip each croquette into the egg, and I'm going to bread it with the cracker meal. I want to make sure that the whole croquette is completely breaded on all sides. So here I am forming and breading the croquettes, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that with the 2 batches. Okay, you guys, so now it's time to fry the croquettes, and I'm going to be using canola oil. You can use whichever oil you like. You do need to make sure the oil is very hot when you first put the croquette in, otherwise your breading will come off. So as soon as you put it in, you turn it around a few times just to brown a little bit, then you can lower it to medium heat and continue the frying process. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna finish frying all these croquettes, and before I close the video, I'm gonna have a taste test for you. So if you continue to watch after the video finishes, in the very end, I'm gonna add a little bit of a bloopers meltdown that I had when my sister came to visit. She had just come from eating lunch, and she happened to walk into the video as I was filming the end. And so I sort of enticed her to taste the croquettes, even though she was very full, and we sort of had like a really big cracking up meltdown. I hope you stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoy this video and that you'll try this recipe. Let me know if you do. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on my next one. God bless everyone. Bye-bye. Here are the croquetas, you guys, and you can add lemon to them, and they're really delicious. I'm gonna try one for you. So my sister's here with me, and we're gonna eat the croquetas. Can't wait to try one of those. Okay, here, put some lemon. I'm trying the ones without ham. Delicious. You have the one. Let me know what lemon for? No, I'm good. They're really good, you guys. I hope you try the recipe. Thank you for watching. The croquetas are delicious. I hope you try the recipe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Bye. Which one? Yeah, I'm filming. Those? And some lemon? No, you want to try croqueta? You're on film. No. Okay, here, put some lemon. I'll see him. Why are you laughing? What the hell's wrong with you? Are you gonna do like a bloopers one? With all the bloopers? No. I'll see you in my next video. I'm laughing because you didn't really feel like eating because you said you were full. I am full. I have to do this again. Well, thank you so much for watching, you guys. The croquetas are delicious. I hope you try the recipe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.